Well, it's getting to that time of year again, getting close to November, which means election season. And of course, there's different, hype behind each one. Obviously, most people will just be thinking of every 2 years when you get the presidential elections and the Senate elections, governor, whatever. And it's it's pretty important every year, depending on who it is that's running, or if it's at a local election. So I think it's important for this. I mean, this could apply to everyone wherever you are. If you can find people who you think are trustworthy and aren't deep state shills, or people just trying to make a career out of this and move their way up the political ladder until they become a useless mainstream politician in some higher position. So I thought I would cover a little bit about certain candidates we have coming here. Unfortunately, we're stuck in a place where voting is a thing. It's not a Catholic monarchy, but this is what we have, so we might as well try to make the best of it. Yeah, these places is not really anything worth talking about here. Yeah, Bellevue, James Horak. That's a. I think he's a parishioner at the church, just based on the last name. That's my guess, but I mean he's running uncontested there, so that's nothing to worry about there. And yeah, there's not really anything here. uh, okay, yeah. So here's St. Mary's, and this is for city commissioner. So it looks like there's a spot opening up, and there's two candidates running for that same position. So, so yeah, there's Francis Awerkamp and there's Jerry Thomas. Now, I know who both these guys are. They're parishioners. They're traditional Catholics. They're obviously good guys, and you can't go wrong with either one. If I had to choose one, I would go with Francis Awerkamp because, well, he's had experience there already. He's the state rep. He there's been some things going on about where to spend money. Certain things in the town where there's kind of a, how would you say, a reckless almost way sentiment towards a few like improvements or just additions to the town that the council has been talking about. And Mr. Awerkamp has made some very valid points as to why this is not a good idea. So this is, I know, one of the reasons he's running for that position, to try to convince people this is going to seriously put a debt in our town. So I think he's, like I said, you can't go wrong with either. Jerry Thomas is a great guy, but I would, if I had to endorse someone, it would be Francis Awerkamp. And then there's, I think, one or two other things that were important here. Yeah, school board. So U.S. District 321 is the other issue to talk about. The reason I'm talking about these people is because they're actually good people. They're not crummy politicians, people who are selling out the country and are looking just to line their own pockets, basically. So this is why I'm endorsing these particular peoples, because they are real people who are trying to do actual good things. So So for position 1, we have Adriana Lejnik, or however you say her name, Morgan Hansen, and Elias Espinoza. So Mr. Espinoza is the clear person I will pick here because he is a parishioner. He is a good traditional Catholic. He's worked with the school here for a long time. He's, sure, an intelligent person, and he definitely has his head on straight. Now, I've seen Olejnik signs everywhere. I think she's running for re-election. And, she's popular probably in Rossville and other places, but she's just, don't fall for her. She's a Democrat too, which I found out. So, this is just to get that word out there for, I'm sure my audience are not Democrats or liberals or whatever. If you live in this area, you got to get out there and you got to vote for Espinoza. And then the other one, school board position 7, vote for Matthew Childs. He's worked for the school here too for many years. He's been a professor at the college, St. Mary's College. He is just infinitely a better choice than whoever Jody Porter is. I'm sure she might be. I don't know if she's another Democrat, but I don't trust pretty much anyone in politics except for these people that I am endorsing right now because I know who they are and I know what they're. I know what they are working for. They're not working to push any perversion. Obviously, they're not working to push themselves up to, higher positions so that they can just make money off of their position. And so these are my 3 choices. So just to go back to it, St. Mary's Commissioner, you can't go wrong with either. If I had to choose, Francis Awercamp. School board position 1, Elias Espinoza. Tell people that you know out here, go out and vote for him. We don't need more liberals or even fake conservatives. You know how I feel about them. These are real people that can actually do good things. And then, of course, Matthew Childs. I can't stress enough how important it is to win elections like this. We've got, we're in a unique position here, unlike most people in the country, where we have traditional Catholics running for government positions. We're blessed to have that, and we need to take advantage of it. All right, and then as a side note, there are rumblings, obviously, today because Congress has picked a new Speaker of the House, and just seeing a lot of these conservatives out there celebrating because this guy, Mike Johnson, supposedly is a really solid person. And really, the only thing I could say, well, maybe 2 things I could say about it is if he's so good, how come these people in Congress who have voted against all of the other supposedly very good candidates and held out all this time, and they're apparently a bunch of rhinos and they're terrible and they're just the worst, suddenly now they have a change of heart where they, like, okay, you know what, we'll go with this guy. He's just as right-wing and conservative as the others. We just had a change of heart. No, it's because if they're allowing it, then there's something clearly off with this guy. And I hope I don't have to say I told you so to anyone who's excited about this, but it's not going to be any different. And what do you know? First thing he says as he goes up there, first bill I'm going to try to pass is money to help our friends in Israel. And there it is. It's all the same. It's no different. He's just like everybody else. So if you were hoping to see some changes because he's up there instead of Kevin McCarthy or whoever else they were, Jim Jordan or Tom Emmer, it's they all are going to pass the same agenda. And now, once again, the best speaker we've had is an empty chair. And because nothing happened, which is better, because when things do happen there, it's always tragic. So, I mean, that's it. He's this is what we've got. So that's all I've got for you. Get out there and if you live in the St. Mary's area in Kansas, I'm sure some of you, a few of you are. So we need to get these good people in office. We're pretty screwed when it concerns these bigger elections, but for the small local ones, we're in a decent position. We can actually do something to change this bad trajectory, that we have been stuck in. So yeah, it's just very important. I can't stress it enough, and that's why I keep repeating myself. All right, that's all I've got for you, and have a great rest of your day. God bless.